Rangers may be desperate for some defenders, but it turns out that Niko Katic is also desperate for a return to the Rangers. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and could we see Niko Katic back in a blue shirt, back in Scotland? We all know that Rangers right now, they need defenders. Even when they've got a full team fit, the defenders aren't exactly great. And that's the last thing they have right now, a full team fit. So many injuries to a lot of the best defenders at the club. We've seen some makeshift back fours over the past few games. Niko Katic, though, he was a good player. We remember him when Steven Gerrard was at Rangers. Could he come in? Could he be the partner that John Souttar needs?
Hello, Niko. Let's go defending. And I tell you what, right? Rangers need centre-backs like Clement needs excuses. This guy's full of excuses. We're not full of defenders, but we need to be full of defenders. This guy, no idea why Rangers get rid of him. He's played every single game so far for Surrich this season, 100% of the time in the starting 11. 2 goals, 2 assists, 2 yellow cards. Fantastic starts for a centre-back, I tell you. Whoa, he's good. Alright, I think he would be the... I don't want to say he'd be better than Souttar, but I think him and Souttar would be a pretty good partnership, that's for sure.
And he still only is 28, which I think is young. Sometimes you think that you just assume he's older than that.
Well, if you're linked with Johnny Evans, who's 37, by the way, I mean, this guy's got 9 years on him.
Yeah, so 28 for a centre-back, that's young.
Oh, aye.
That is young. So
there's the position after a goalkeeper that you would want an old coffin dodger in there would be the centre-back position. Yeah. But he's not one. Yeah. He won near his bus pass, forget about it.
He did score that winner as well against Celtic.
It was fantastic.
You know, that was
we need another one in there, Park.
Some really good moments there for Katic during his Rangers spell, but it turns out that he is looking to move, and apparently, according to people close to him, he wants to return to Rangers. He's desperate for a move. So
he always posts about Rangers on his Instagram.
Yeah, I think he's got a love for Rangers, so maybe we'll see him back in a blue shirt. Maybe we'll see him back in the Scottish Premiership. But a source close to the players' representatives said to Record Sport, quote, "We've had nothing concrete yet, but we've seen some stories in the media. And of course, Niko would like it a lot if he could return to Rangers. We are currently in negotiations with some clubs, one also from England. But if Rangers knock on the door, that would be the priority for Nicola. He still has 18 months remaining on his contract in Zurich, but if it meant for him to return to Rangers, he will be there." End of quote. So, Katic saying that he would return to Rangers. It is his go-to move, and it's the move that he wants. Now he's got 18 months remaining on his deal. Can Rangers afford to make this move? Is it a money issue? Would Clement even be interested in Katic? That we don't know. But, I mean, Rangers do need some centre-backs. I think that if you've got such a good centre-back in Katic and somebody that actually wants to return and wants to play for the club, then you would be foolish, in my opinion, from Clement's perspective, not to at least inquire and have a closer look at this guy.
He didn't want Evans due to the age, and you know what? I'll back Clement. He's my best pal. That makes sense. 37-year-old. I understand why he wouldn't want to go for that. This guy, 28, only really fell off at Rangers because he picked up an ACL injury, and then Gerrard didn't really want him anymore, to be honest. And then he went out on loan, and then it was Gio in charge, and then he didn't really want him, then he left. Always thought he left prematurely. And it's not one of those ones where it's like, well, all bridges have been burned. Here, he wants to return. We need a centre-back. He's a good centre-back. Recently made his debut for Bosnia. So if anything, he's got better in the last couple of years because he never played for Bosnia while at Rangers. So when you look at it like that, he's now capped. He's played every game for Zurich. They're a very good team in Switzerland.
Or Bosnia's got shit.
Well, I did say that earlier. I mean, I guess that could be the case. But the reality is, this would be a good signing. And I think Rangers need to make it at all costs.
Yeah, now, Rangers...
at all costs.
Rangers legend Craig Moore said the following about the move and could it happen. He said, quote, "Interesting one. Central defender who I think Rangers need and a player that has crossed our desks in the last few days is Katic, a former Rangers player. Obviously was very, very solid at the club and unfortunately picked up an ACL injury and then ended up in Croatia and all that sort of stuff to get his fitness. How Rangers supporters would feel towards a player like Katic, I think it's important that whatever player, if Rangers do look to bring in a central defender, needs to hit the ground running." There is no time transition of 3 or 4 months. It is now. You've got to deliver now. He would be a player that would certainly fit that profile. End of quote. Right, I mean, I get what Craig Moore's saying. You do need to hit the ground running. But for me, it's like, is this not the perfect time, though, for Clement? If he's going to be kept as Rangers manager, is this not the time you bring in players and you give them 3 or 4 months? Because I know you never want to not win games, but the league's gone. See if you could bring in players now and you could guarantee that they might not play so well for the rest of the season, but they would be up to scratch and at their peak best come the new year. Would you not take that?
I see where you're coming from. I do, but this guy, he's played for Rangers, knows the league, is fit, he's played a lot of minutes this season. So it shouldn't take him 3 or 4 months.
No, but I'm just saying Celtic and Rangers aren't in a title race.
Oh yeah, I know. Aye.
Do Rangers really need to bring in players that are going to hit the ground running?
No, but maybe maybe people feel like Clement needs to hit the ground running soon, or else he's going to miss the fucking runway. I mean, some people would argue he's hit the tars, but I mean, honestly, I think Katic is a good signing. I would do it. I mean, his market value is around 1.5, 2 million. That's a no-brainer, man. If you've got the funds, go for it. Problem is, though, probably don't have the funds. So
that rules that out then.
I mean, you look at Porteous, you look at Evans, you look at Katic, right? You look at Gogic. You'd take any of them. I mean, obviously some are better than others, but I mean, Rangers just need a centre back. I mean, ideally you sign 2 of them, but that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen, but you know what? Suter Katic, I think that'd be a good partnership if it did happen.
It would be.
Very solid.
Absolutely. Could have happened a few years ago. Finally getting it now.
Finally getting it now. Anyway, guys, that's it. Katic, will he return to Rangers? He wants the move, but the Rangers want him. Time will tell. I think the fans would take him back, but would Clement want him back? That's what matters. Clement's the manager, so...
Yeah, I mean, Clement is the manager at the end of the day. If he's turning down Evans due to his age, then what's his reasoning if he doesn't want this guy? I mean,
maybe he won't think he's not good enough.
Could be that. Oh, aye, but the fucking Robin Proper is. I mean, come on, have a word with yourself, Phil.
Well, we'll see what happens, but Rangers, yeah, they got brought in Proper. Doesn't seem to be up to standards. You got Balogun, who's approaching 50. You know, it's just... The centre-back options aren't exactly great. So, we'll see if this happens or not. I think it'd be a good signing, but the Rangers have the money. Time will tell. Time will probably tell that they don't have the money. But we'll see. That's it, guys. Till next time. Peace.